There's one major reason that homeowners of brand new builds have to sell in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And it's a reason that doesn't get that much attention. It doesn't get covered all that much, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which is a market of high appreciation and high property taxes and a ton of construction. But before we begin, welcome to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel. My name is Jaime Resendez, and I'm a realtor and team leader able to help you make money in real estate, whether you're buying or selling. All right, so now let's tackle this head on. The reason that so many homeowners are having to sell, it's not an option of theirs, they have to sell, is because they can no longer afford the mortgage payment. And it has nothing to do with the interest rates or any predatory lending practices that caused the previous real estate meltdown. The combination of the Dallas market being so incredibly hot with an average appreciation of year over year being over 25% and the record amount of new construction being built all throughout the DFW area, and the high property taxes in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and honestly across the state, are causing a lot of homeowners to no longer be able to afford their home. Because in a mortgage payment, you're paying for the principal, which is the amount of the loan that you're taking. You're paying for the interest, which is what it cost you for that loan. You're paying the property taxes. This is a huge reason why a lot of people can't afford their homes any longer. And you have the home insurance. The home insurance, yeah, that's going to be a factor, but not all that much. It's the property taxes that have skyrocketed. Again, this impacts everybody, but the people that get impacted the most in this case are the homeowners that bought a new build construction, so new homes. Because when you buy a brand new home, the first several months, you're paying into escrow an estimate of the property taxes that you'll have to pay. And the reason that this estimate is so challenging, especially with new build construction, is because at one point in the year, that property stopped being land because you built a property on it and it had an improved value, which was a home. So your lender is going to do everything possible to give you an accurate estimate, but it becomes incredibly challenging because that property has no history. In many cases, the community that the new build went on has no history. So you find yourself setting a new floor when it comes to property taxes. In other words, you find yourself setting a new floor on the assessed value, which is what the county appraisal district looks at to price out the property taxes that you owe. So let me give you an example of a brand new home that I bought recently as an investment. You'll see that up until the new assessed value was placed on the home, the monthly mortgage payment was around $906. But once the new assessed value was put into play, which factored in some more accurate property taxes, the monthly payment now became over $2,000. And here's what I was talking about earlier when it came to the principal and interest. This, for all intents and purposes, did not move. This was already factored in because this is a fixed rate. In other words, that has nothing to do with predatory lending or anything like that. I, as a home buyer, knew that the mortgage that I was paying every single month immediately past closing for several months thereafter was actually going to be very low in comparison to what I was going to pay once the new assessed value came out. But even with me being an investor and also a real estate professional helping buyers buy and sellers sell, I was still alarmed that it went up that high because the estimate property taxes that we were putting into escrow actually fell short and fell short by a lot. So now I have to pay for that shortage between the amount that I put into escrow and the amount of the property taxes that ended up getting paid by the lender. So you can now see that I have to pay that shortage. I now have to pay the appreciation on top of that. So the new norm, the new assessed value, and in many cases, many homeowners can't do that because each individual's financial situation changes drastically. So a mixture of mortgage payments going up, whether you want to or not, they're going to go up. It doesn't matter what type of interest you got, as you saw previously. It's the property taxes that are forcing that mortgage payment up and somebody's income not keeping in line with that rise in the mortgage payment. So even if you kept your cost of living, which is impossible, but even if you kept your cost of living the same, you're still upside down. But now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section down below of your thoughts. Now, keep it respectful. I know that this is a sensitive topic, but it's one that we need to discuss because no one else is.